Hi there and welcome to the Rotherham Real Ale and Music Festival here at Magna. It's the 19th year this has taken place and it's the first year we've actually held it at Magna Science Adventure Centre. Hi there Steve, you're this year's festival organiser, so tell us a little bit about the history of the festival and actually the move to Magna as well.
Okay, the festival's been going for 19 years now. It started as a small festival at Oakwood School, run by the PTA for school funds. 18 years later, it's outgrown the school. It started off with 50 barrels of beer. We now have over 230, together with all the wines and ciders and foreign beers as well.
Phil's been to the festival many times when it was over at Oakwood, so this is the first time obviously holding the festival at Magna. What's your first impression?
Brilliant. It's not as crowded and, you have plenty of space and everything like that,
I'm here then with Karen from KP Nuts, and KP Nuts is one of our bar sponsors this year. So Karen, what made you get involved with the festival this year?
Fran approached us from Rotherham Hospice and we've been doing quite a lot of work with the hospice in the last couple of years. They're one of our charities that we do quite a lot of work with. And she asked us if we wanted to be involved and we jumped at the chance really.
Fantastic. As you can see, there's a lot of branding. These guys have sponsored this bar, so their name is absolutely everywhere. That's 12,000 opportunities for people to actually get their business message out there to the general public in Rotherham, Sheffield. People are travelling all over for this year's festival. We've sold 1,000 tickets online to date, so it's going to be quite manic on Friday and Saturday evening. And they're not just coming from Rotherham at all. They're coming from as far as West Yorkshire, East Yorkshire. The furthest I think that somebody's travelling is actually from Wales this year. It is the biggest festival of its kind in our area, in the north and Scotland. Now, you work for Rotherham Hospice, is that correct? And what's the best thing about being involved in this year's festival?
Well, we're really lucky this year. We've actually been chosen as one of the beneficiaries of the festival. Yeah. So we'll be receiving a share of the profits, which obviously is fantastic for us. And also it meant that one of the local companies and businesses that we work with, KP Nuts, we could actually involve them in something like the Real Ale Festival. So it's mutually beneficial really for us.
Right then, I'm here in one of the bars that is actually being staffed by the Rotherham Rotary Club. I'm just going to talk to a couple of the guys here. So, Peter, can you just tell me a little bit about the Rotary Club that you belong to, please, and what it does?
The Rotary Club I belong to, I've belonged to it for 4 years. The club itself has been in existence since 1921, guys. To give you some idea, it's quite a length. It's one of the oldest Rotary clubs in the country as well, believe it or not. So in actual fact, it's been in existence a long time.
And this is the first year that you've been involved with the beer festival since it's moved across to Magna. Some of you have been visitors to the beer festival before when it was previously at Oakwood. Ray, what's the biggest difference for you coming this year to Magna as opposed to when it was over at Oakwood?
I believe it's on a bigger stand than its predecessor, which was also always fantastic. The Oakwood Festival attracted so many people from so many different places in the UK and overseas. It's good to see that it's here now on a bigger venue where it can get the recognition that it needs.
I'm volunteering this evening. I've helped you guys this year on your marketing. I'll be working on next year's programme. Why are the volunteers so important, and what's the best thing actually about volunteering at this festival?
Well, it is a volunteer festival, and we couldn't run without the volunteers. We have 300 volunteers, and I suppose I would say the best reason to volunteer is that, of course, it's all for charity.
I'm here with Jill Hopewell, who coordinates all the volunteers at the Rotherham Real Ale Festival. Jill, why are the volunteers so important for this festival?
Well, without the volunteers, the festival just wouldn't happen. Everybody who's helping here is doing it for free. We're very, very grateful for them.
How many volunteers do you guys need to actually make this festival happen?
Around about 100 a night. 100.
About 500 people in total, really, isn't it? And that's admin, that's working on the bars, that's helping out with brochures. There's such a range of jobs. So if you want to volunteer for the 2012 festival, complete the form online or get in touch.
Rolling in the deep, you had my heart and soul in your hands, and you played it.
Hey there, I'm here with Dave. Have you been to Oakwood Festival before?
Yeah, about last 6 or 7 years, yes.
Quite a regular then. But fantastic. What do you think of the festival coming over to Magna?
I was a little bit concerned because Oakwood, it was very intimate. I like the setup for everything. I like the music, but it was nicely arranged. So I was fearful this would be great big halls with everything spaced out. Hasn't been, so very impressed so far, really enjoying it.
I'm here with Liz and Steve. So if you could just sum up this year's festival, just in a couple of lines, how have you found it moving across over to Magna?
I did worry about how easy it would be to make it seem intimate, and it is actually a lot more intimate than I expected it to be, so far so good.
I was surprised as we walked in, and it does look as it did when we went to Oakwood, which I thought were really nice.
I like it. It's a lot bigger than the Oakwood one, so there's a bit more room to move around. Oakwood was great, but it just seemed a bit small at times.
The largest hand-pulled ale festival of its kind in the UK. There's 230 ales here on site this year, along with the ciders and the wines. Let's go explore. I'm here with Matthew Beck, the Chief Executive of Magna. So Matthew, what were your first thoughts when the festival organisers approached you about bringing the festival over to Magna?
I was very keen to bring it to Magna because it is a very large event for Rotherham as a whole, but it's the 4th largest festival of its kind in the UK. So I believe Magna can actually enhance it as well. So I'm very keen to get involved. It's a true community festival as well, which is important to Magna. It's bringing a different clientele through the door for Magna. So I think Magna, not only can we enhance the festival, but we'll also gain with a different crowd coming through the door who hasn't been through the doors of Magna before, and I think it'll have very positive effects on the visitor attraction and our corporate hospitality as a whole. So delighted to be involved with it.
Maybe as a man can be.
So then, it's time to say goodbye from the Rotherham Real Ale Festival at Magna in 2011. We've welcomed over 12,000 visitors over the last 4 days. Next year, volunteer, advertise, sponsor the festival. There's 12,000 opportunities to get your business out there, and it's all for good causes. So it's good night from us, and cheers.